You have found my treasure. One, two, three, four. Eyes on my side. That was a heroic effort. Use magic to kill death. The best of me. One, two, three, four. Try and find a way out. Beware the human. I've not seen such bravery. Let's see you get out of here. Do not hurt the players yet. Those potions for later use. The best of me. I'm running out. They refuse to open doors. One, two, three, four.
Test, lurk, lurk. Oh, there it goes. How did that get messed up? I don't think I ever unplugged that microphone. Anywho, you can hear me now. Thank you very much for telling me that you couldn't hear me, by the way. That would have gone on forever. Because I don't think to look at OBS like I should. In fact, I think the mic is peaking a little bit too much. Let me know if it's too loud. Oh, I didn't even pick up the trailer yet. Is that what's going on? Can you guys hear me now? It's showing that it's working, but on OBS, but that doesn't always mean it's actually working. Okay, good. Thank you, Bern. That was weird. For some reason, OBS went to default mic, which should be this one anyway. But I had to switch it to specifically this microphone. It's just called Logitech USB mic or whatever. It's the Guitar Hero microphone. But once I did that, now it looks like it's working. Okay. So where am I? Oh, I didn't even pick up the trailer yet. I'm in Grand Junction. Well, then, you know what? I'm gonna abandon this job because it's expired. I don't remember picking up a job. There. That's what I want. I don't remember this. Usually I know better than to start a new external job and then not do it because the time limit on that is real time. It's not in-game time, it's real time for external jobs. Anywho, so we're still up in Colorado, that's good. I was worried I was going to get reset, but I didn't. The only thing you missed out on with the mic not working in the beginning was, for some reason, well, I added a new mod it's like a fixed version of an older mod that I was running before, the Freightliner FLC. Basically the conventional version of the cab-over Freightliner, the regular Freightliner, I guess you would call it. But I added that, and then it had in the pack it had the truck mod, and then it also had a steering wheel DLC thing. And I thought that I bought that DLC, so I figured, okay, I'll add that too. But maybe I don't have that DLC, so putting that mod in might have made it crash. I don't know. I didn't want to go through troubleshooting, so I just took it back out. Hi there, Dennis. How you doing? I wanted to start a little earlier, but you know, it always takes a while to set all this up. Then I was trying to figure out if I was going to be going next door today, but it's like 85, 86 degrees. I'm not going over there. It's too damn hot. Too hot. Oh, it's pretty hot here with my air conditioner running full blast, but we'll manage. Okay. Oh, congrats. That's a chore and a half. I've only ever had to move once in my life, and that was horrible because we moved from a full house to an apartment. Basically, one side of my grandma's two-family apartment house. Two-family house. It's a duplex. Why does my calculator say infinity on it? I don't even care about the calculator, but okay, let's just put it on 0. That's just weird. I just glanced over and it just said infinity. Oh, wow. Well, although the only good thing is if you've moved that many times, you've probably got it down pretty well pat. You know what you gotta do. We've only moved once, and it was from a house to apartment, so trying to figure out what we were moving, what we weren't moving, where it's gonna go. Oh my god, so stressful. the only good thing about when we did move that one time is we were still keeping the house that we moved from. We just decided to basically rent out the different rooms in the house just so we can try to pay the damn bills because the mortgage was insane. The other bills were insane, so we couldn't afford to live there anymore. So me and my mom decided to live here in my grandma's house so that we could rent out more rooms in the other house. So there was some stuff that we could leave behind in the old house. That was the only saving grace. But of course, eventually we would bring some more stuff over, or one of the tenants would just start stealing crap. That was that was uh, that was rough. And then eventually the city decided, hey, you're not allowed to rent rooms in a house in this town. So they condemned the whole house, and then we had to just abandon it. The house sat there empty with nobody living it for like 6 years, while the mortgage changed hands like 6 times. With us not paying anything on it, we said, you're just going to have to take the house, mortgage company. We can't pay it because we can't have tenants. And they just kept trying to get us to pay the mortgage for like 6 years. And then, 1 year, one mortgage company would do it, and then one mortgage company would sell the mortgage to another company, even though we haven't paid anything on it in over a year. Instead of foreclosing, I guess it was they found a way to sell it to another company, and then they would sell it to another company, and they would sell it to another company. It took like 6 years for the house to actually be foreclosed on. We even went through a route of trying to find them a person to do a short sale of the house. And at the last minute, the mortgage company said, "No, we're not going to do that." Costed us a bunch of money. That was a nightmare. And I still miss that house every day. I still wish that we never moved here. I mean, it made sense at the time because it was about the only way we could figure out how to try to pay the bills, and also my grandma's health was kind of failing at the time, so it made sense for us to move here. We could keep an eye on her a lot better, which at the time that we moved we didn't really realize needed to be happening, but then once we moved and we observed her more and more, we were like, oh, she can't do this, oh, she can't really do that either. Okay, well, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then, her health just declined, and then me and Mom ended up being caretakers for her for probably, I don't know, a year or two before she passed. So, I guess it worked out in a way. Anywho. But that was around the time when I was doing my 18 Wheels of Steel Across America LP on my YouTube. And then it just stopped abruptly. That's when my grandma died, and then we had to figure out what the hell to do from there. Okay. That's enough talking. Oh. I gotta try to get this streaming more. Part of the problem is I kind of found a good time slot with this afternoon time, and then my neighbor found out what my phone number was, and he calls me over more because he's really cool. He's the reason why we still have a house right now, and but he likes to have me come over and we just hang out in the backyard and chit chat, eat potato chips, and talk about whatever for hours every day. Um, it was this house, but I was on the other side. I was in my grandmother's apartment. That was probably the train room still, though, yeah. Behind me, you could see the table with the trains on it. Yeah. Now all my trains are all packed up in boxes out in the shed. Yeah. I've condensed into half of a bedroom that I share with my mom's furniture. My mom's in the other room, but one of her big pieces of furniture, this big giant hutch that's right here, this side, that side, is takes up like almost half the room on its own. And then the birds, that's why I can't stream without you hearing birds all the damn time. But what are you gonna do? Okay. Let's find a new job. If I remember correctly, I think we were kind of heading towards Canada eventually. And I got Mexico too. I think I wanted to head to one extreme or the other, but I think we were trying to work our way north. Oh, but we got, what is that, triples? It's such a short trip though, just over to Moab. It's only worth like $7,000. That's going south. Oh, okay, everything here is going south. Except Pocatello, that's north. Okay, 35 per mile to Pocatello. That doesn't sound too great. Let's see if we can get better. Oh, over to Salina for 78 a mile. That's kind of the wrong way. That's south. Have I been to Denver? I've been to Denver. Let's go over to Salina. Oh no. I remember seeing this broken car nonsense. I don't know what mod adds this, but it's a little car that I guess you can hook up with a small truck or a small car. I don't know what mod adds this, but it's silly. It's worth 17,000 to just tow a dinky little broken car somewhere. I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I don't think you can hook up to... I tested this. You can't hook up to it with a regular truck. It has to be something with the small hitch. It's silly. Okay, so Holbrook... Oh, damn. These prices are garbage. Once I get past the silly modded ones. Santa Fe... what's this one? 32. That is crap. I take this little one over. Well, it's not little; it's a triple, but it's not worth much. It's just over to Moab. But then we'll get another chance to roll for a different job out of Moab. So I think I'll do that. Is music too loud? It's kind of an ongoing battle till the end of time. Volume leveling. It's fine. Okay, good. Alright, where am I going? Is it gonna be right here? Looks like it's gonna be Walmart.
In need of a Terminator? No problemo. I will join the ride. Let's move.
Let's see if Red Bear remembers how to drive now. I did drive, what, last week? Oh, it is right here. Yep, that's Arnold. I'm so lazy with using this view to back up with, but whatever. I should be using the mirrors. Oh, this truck must have advanced trailer coupling. Maybe. I don't remember now. I'm surprised though. Hold on.
The more content we have, let's get started. Right.
I would think advanced trailer coupling would work with this truck. This truck's pretty updated a lot. It's an old truck, but the mod is pretty modern and up to date. I think it's a Harvin mod. Or is that the Freightliner? I don't remember now. It's pretty good, though. This is the Kenworth. Yeah, it works. Huh. Why was it off? That's weird. That was Mike Demonic, by the way, talking about how he's the gingerbread man. So it's a reference nobody's gonna get, I know. What is going on with the skybox? It's all green.
Turn right.
Oh, boy. Mods, please. Alright, everything's green.
Then turn right.
Does it look like that?
Turn right.
Surely it's not supposed to look like that. I didn't think I put in any mods that messes with the skybox. Oh boy, this is the problem with how I play ATS, is I'm always adding mods that I'm finding. I'm always checking for new mods and stuff, and then mods get old and something changes. Maybe it's supposed to be like that, I don't know. It's just looks kind of green. Okay, well, there you go. Confirmed it's a mod. It's almost like it's something with the lighting of the truck. I know the newest update did do a lighting thing, and I bet something changed. Well, we'll do this one little job, and then maybe we'll do a quick job with a different truck, just to see if the sky looks different. I'm trying to think of what... Either that, or I could try just switching trucks. It's just if I try switch trucks, I'm gonna be back in wherever home base is on this save. I don't remember where home base is. Down in Arizona somewhere, probably. It looks really bad in the mirror, right? It's probably the truck then. If I actually turn my head. See, it's... Oh yeah, there it is. What the hell? What's changing the frickin' skybox? The way I can see it like that, though, now I'm thinking it's probably not the truck. Now, the only thing I added... I tried that FLC mod, but that apparently broke things, so I took it right back off. I have a new Jazzy Cat mod, Classic Cars, which was just a slightly updated version of that one. That's not going to change this skybox. That is weird. I don't use graphic mods. Mods that just change the graphics. I never do that. And I never put in any weather mods either. How would a truck mod do? Maybe it's one of the maps? Could be, as they're getting ready for 141. I think 141, they did a lot of work on California. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't tried the 141 beta, is I know my map mods aren't going to work. intrigued just to figure out if a different truck would be just as bad. Oh, now that we're out of town, it's fine. It's gotta be a map mod. It can't be the truck now that we're out of town and it's fine.
Left.
I'll be back.
Okay, Arl. Excuse me. That was weird. It was just in that town. Gotta be a map mod. Yeah, maybe. Not really. The sky was green in Colorado Springs for some reason. Can't really figure out why. I was thinking it was the truck, but then as soon as I got out of town, it's cleared up, so it can't be the truck. It's probably one of the. It's either. I doubt it's Pro Mods. It's probably the other one, the big pack for the Mexico map stuff. Now we're going to Utah now. Speed limit can change. Oh, 80. Nice. I like the way the steering wheel is a lot better in ATS. Boy, in American Long Haul, the the force feedback definitely works, but boy, it's strong. You have to really strong arm this wheel. I have the force feedback turned down pretty low too. That's very, very possible, Scissors. I was saying that before, probably when your internet was out. I keep finding mods and adding them, and then the game updates, and then something breaks, and yeah. Be interesting to see as soon as we get into, we're going to Moab, which is basically one town over. Interesting to see is if I get into another town, is it going to turn green again? I'll be very interested in that. Or was it just that one town for some reason? Look at all those errors.
Right. Then exit right. I insist.
Yeah, the worst part about running mods is definitely when you have to try to sort through them and figure out what mod's still good, what mod needs to be junked because it's out of date. Some kinds of mods don't need to be updated with each update, some of them do. It used to be the truck mods you really didn't have to worry about updating much, but then they started messing with the lighting mechanics and the whole window roll down thing. You know, the audio system. That's when a lot of my really old truck mods that hadn't been updated in a long time, that's when they stopped. Whoa! That was bad. It's gotta be a map mod. I think what I'm gonna do This might be a bit of a troubleshooting stream if I'm going to decide to do this, so I want you guys to what you think. I think I'm going to take out the Mexico map mod. Which sucks, because the last time I got that one, somebody, maybe it wasn't the official one, I don't know, but instead of having all these different little parts of the mod that you had to fit in and put in the right order, it was just in one big pack, and it was just one mod. I was like, oh, this is amazing that somebody finally combined it so that I don't have to deal with figuring out what order everything goes in. But now this stuff's glitching out. I'm like, oh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of a modaholic. I keep finding ones that I like. Especially now with the new rig with the computer. I can run more and it doesn't lag out. Like if I was trying to run this much with my old computer, it would probably be lagging. I can't believe it would be Pro Mods Canada. That, unless there was an update that I didn't notice. I'd have to go to the Pro Mods site, I guess. The game did warn me when I loaded it up that it was a newer version, but it was still 1.40. It was just point something else at the end. So it's not 1.41 yet. So I figured everything would be fine as long as it didn't. Because once it updates to 1.41, yeah, a lot of my mods aren't going to work, I'm sure. Oh, I have fatigue on. How about that? Yeah, I love this new computer setup, and I'm glad we did it when we did, because now. Oh, now the sky is pink. I just noticed that in the mirror. Interesting. Yeah, something's definitely worked. I just see it in the small mirror. That's weird. See what it looks like on the outside view. I like the pink better than the green anyway. It's something in town specifically. Huh. Interesting.
Turn right.
It's mostly the yes, but I think also in 1.41. I'm not sure because I didn't actually watch much of it. But I think in 1.41 they also
Turn left.
worked on the California map, SCS. They actually worked on the base map a bit because, kind of like an ETS, they kind of overhauled Germany just because it was the oldest part of the game, so it was.
You've arrived.
So it was
baby.
ready to be overhauled. I think the same kind of thing with California. They're starting to overhaul California. You know, changing the way the exits are and making the graphics look better and stuff. I think maybe some of that is starting to happen already, and maybe that's why the sky's all messed up. I don't know. Once we park this, I am gonna save. Well, you always save when you quit anyway, but I'm gonna take off the Mexico map stuff and see if it fixes it. I can use the go-to command and send myself back to Moab here. It's not cheating because we're dealing with broken mods. Yes, Dennis. I rather like this pink thing going on in the sky because it's like Twilight. But the green that we started with, the like highlighter green, that looked pretty bad. The sky. Okay. I guess I'll make a hard save too. Let's see. I was hoping everything would still just work the same, but of course there's going to be an issue. I haven't played ATS in a while. I was playing some of the older truck games, but not ATS. Can we bring up the mod manager, or is it just going to crash now? Oh, I was pretty sure it was going to crash, but it didn't. So this is the one that I just added, Steering Creations pack for the FLC. Maybe I don't have the DLC steering wheel pack thing. I thought I did, but whatever. When it crashed unloading, I took this off and I took the FLC back off, and then it was okay. Let's show you. This is the FLC. I had this, it's an XPS mod. I had it for a long time and it didn't work. It was red and said incompatible. And then I went on the website to check for mods, and I found a new version that somebody just kind of fixed it to make it work. But that one too I had on when it crashed, so I took it back off. But now I'm thinking the only thing, I mean, I know I have a lot of mods, but the only thing I could think of that would change the... Maybe it's these construction props. That's pretty... Well, this one's on the workshop. I just want to... Hold on. To turn off my display capture for a moment. Oh, well, it just puts in dots anyway, so it's not like you would have seen the numbers, but I was being cautious. Now, I just want to see if anybody says that the sky's broken or anything. Does this work on 140? Yeah, I've had this before. May 23rd, yeah, no. I don't think it's this. Well, the only thing is I have this high quality construction props, then I also have construction signs, and that one's not on the workshop. No description. You know what, I'm gonna take this. No, I'm not gonna take that off. I think I'm gonna take off Reforma. See this one, Reforma 214. This is the Mexico stuff, and it used to be like Pro Mods here. It used to have a whole bunch of little ones that you had to put in the right order, and now there's just this one that was all combined. Oh, they screwed up the 9900i? I drove it for a little while. I liked it, but they lowered it and stuff? Oh. I hate it when people do that with mods. You mean this one? Yeah. I'd like an older one, I think. I just jumped on this because I never had a 90 International. I would like an older one, yeah. Alright, let's just take that off and see what happens if the sky is like that still. Of course, it's going to reset me back to my garage because I just took out a major mod. That one was right above Pro Mods, by the way. If the sky's still messed up, I'm going to just put it right back in. So that wasn't the problem. It's the only thing I can think of that would mess with the sky, though. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know, I took out a mod. Oh, this music goes with Arnold. Yeah. I'm expecting this to reset me because I just took out a map. Yeah. Okay, before I teleport to Moab, probably in a town right now, I would think. My base town, wherever that is. I don't remember what my base town is in this save. Yeah, it depends on the mod if it resets you or not. Survey says. I think it looks good. Yep. Okay, we're in town right now, and it's fine. We are in Farmington right now. It's fine. I'm gonna teleport to Moab and see if it's still fine. Go to Moab. Oh, that looks interesting. Hi there, Sturgy. We're troubleshooting mod issues. This guy looks fine so far. Yeah, that must have been it. There's a reform mod. This is about where we were. Yep, sky's fine. That was it. It was Reforma. I was about to have to stop using that anyway because I'm sure 141 is going to be coming out pretty soon. It's not going to keep working with 141. It's a damn shame because it added a lot of map. I could probably go on the website and get an updated version. I did see newer versions of it, but the newer versions were then starting to talk about the different pieces of Reforma. Like, oh, this one's for Mexico, this one's for this one's for that. The nice thing about the one that I just took off is it was all combined into one mod. But maybe that's why it didn't work anymore. But yeah, like California is going to change a lot, I think, soon. They're going to add a lot of fancy stuff and move interchanges around and whatnot. Maybe that's like a precursor of that. I don't know. Oh, this guy's working now, and I still have Pro Mods Canada. We need to sleep even though it's 5:47 p.m. It's a little early to sleep over there. Yeah, we're going to work our way north. Yep. Okay. Is there a place to sleep here? There's a garage to buy. Wait, if I don't have a garage, there's nowhere to sleep? Give you something. I know Moab is small. Oh, there's a truck stop up there. Okay. Let's head north out of Moab. Topmost up. Yeah, I know we're getting there, buddy. We're gonna sleep. Down. Gonna get fuel too because we're getting low on fuel. Oh, that's still happening. Well. It ain't just Mexico. Yeah, that happened once before going under an overpass. Took out Mexico and it's still going on. That screams map issue to me. In my humble opinion. Maybe I gotta take out ProMods Canada. Well, Sturgeon, you've been playing with ProMods Canada. Did that ever happen to you? I don't think so. You would have mentioned that. So it's something else. Something construction signs? Why would that do that? Not this traffic. Why are so many people in Moab? There's no traffic light up there, so they're never gonna stop. It's my best chance. That was really wacky. Definitely had to take out the Mexico stuff because that instantly fixed the sky. Huh. I don't know why that was still glitching out though. Maybe it is the signs. Gonna take out that signs mod and drive over that same spot. This one, the one that's not on the. Usually, stuff on the workshop gets updated pretty regularly. This one was not on the workshop though, so I'm gonna take that off. I don't think that would do it, but it could be though, because in order to add stuff like signs, you do have to edit the map, I think. So maybe that is it. I'm gonna go block past that intersection so that I come out the same way I just came out before too. This is music from Molten Core, old raid in World of Warcraft. Yes. Yes, I know I'm tired. I know. Why did I turn fatigue on? I guess I wanted the extra challenge when I started this profile. Okay, so I want to come out this way. Mom and her boyfriend John were just on this little mini trip for 2 days to Allentown, Pennsylvania, because he wanted to see a Jimmy Sturr concert. And he finally figured out how to make the GPS work on his phone. He couldn't figure that out when we went down to the airport to drop her off and pick her up. What's with the car? So I got a green light. Oh, right. It wasn't an arrow. It was just a light. But anyway, he finally got the GPS working, which was good because Allentown is not really on like a major highway. There is a way to go on the highway, but you kind of have to go 84 all the way pretty much to Scranton, and then go down a highway from there, which is really kind of out of the way. You're like making a big upside down L shape. So they went the way the GPS and the way Google Maps would tell you to go, which was down the Delaware Water Gap, Route 209. It's a pretty drive, but it's like a 45-mile-an-hour road with a lot of twists and bends in it. Well, nothing happened there. That was it. Let's see. But on the way back, the Jimmy Sturr concert didn't end until 7, and then they ended up stopping at a Perkins that they found in what's the name of that town? Strasburg. So by the time they were coming home, it was dark. And both of them don't really see as good in the dark, and they don't really want to admit it either.
Speeding would be a big mistake.
But anyway, there was a sign to get on 84. This was up in Milford. He should have been having issues in Milford. Not Milford, Mount I think. I don't know. Anyway, he sees a sign to turn to get on 84, but I guess what the sign meant was turn at the next light or next block. It was probably an arrow going like this instead of an arrow just going straight across, I'm guessing. But anyway, he turns right away and he goes he goes onto an exit ramp for the way out of the highway. Basically, he's driving the wrong way. And there was a big high curb on the side, so he had to like swerve over to not get into a head-on collision. Oh my god. He keeps wanting to do all these driving trips and adventures, and Mom's like, I think she could really do without it.
Speeding would be a big mistake.
That was the worst one, I guess, on the way home. And then also when they were in Allentown, apparently, Allentown is actually a really big city, which I didn't really think of at the time. But I know it was a big steel city, so it's probably, the economy is probably not too great there anymore because all the steel mills are gone. But maybe they've moved on from that, I don't know. But anyway, when they were down there, since it was a big city, there were a lot of roads that were one way. You know, a lot of roads that go this way, kind of like driving in Manhattan, I would think, in New York City. You have, you know, one street's one way this way, and then the next block over is one way the other way, and you have to figure out which way to go. Well, he went down the wrong way down one-way streets like 3 different times. I'm like, Mom, I understand you guys have been itching to go on some kind of vacation for like a year, and it's not like it's an expensive vacation. It's just drive a few hours away somewhere. But he's got to get a little better with his driving. 'Cause, oh boy, that's scary if you're riding with somebody just driving the wrong way down roads. Yeah. I do have Argosy, yeah. I might show it off eventually. At least show it off in the truck showroom. Maybe not actually drive it, but yeah, I have it. Okay, supposedly I can sleep here. Yeah, I might do it. I do like switching trucks a lot, just so I'm not getting too boring and staying in one truck. I really like this old Kenworth, though. I guess I could have just gotten gas here if I was stopping here to sleep anyway. Are there rocks? No, I can't park way over there. I was gonna be way over off out of the way because I don't even have a trailer, but yeah. Middle of everything then. Yeah. And a couple weeks from now, they're gonna drive from here like 4 hours north to Maine for like 3 or 4 days. And the last time he came home from Maine, this is the best part. Oh yeah, I know where I'm going. I've done this drive before. What am I doing? The wrong buttons. Enter. I know this drive. I've done it a few times before. Okay, okay. He really likes like lighthouses and stuff, so that's the whole draw to go into Maine. But the last time he came home from Maine, you know, it's probably up and down I-95 the whole way, which means the tolls out the wazoo, probably like 4 or 5 lanes of traffic, all backed up like crazy, especially when you're like going through Boston and stuff. I don't want to think about what that drive's going to be like. But anyway, on the way back, the last time they went to Maine, he ended up on a different highway. And he said, "Oh, this one doesn't have tolls. I'm going to stay on this one." Well, John, this one doesn't have tolls because you just got on the highway going all the way out to Cape Cod. And he just didn't notice a difference, I guess. You went down from 4 or 5 lanes to 2 lanes and going out in the middle of nowhere. So, and of course he just kept driving. He never got off. There's plenty of exits where you could get off and, you know, just cross over the highway and get back on the other way. No, he drove like probably, I don't know, at least 2 hours out of the way. And he didn't realize, oh, I went the wrong way, until he made it all the way to the tip of freaking Cape Cod, Massachusetts, which is way out the tip of like it's where all the rich people live out there. So it's hard to explain if you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's way out like on a peninsula. Really pretty, but you got to worry about storms because it's just right on the ocean. But yeah, that's where he went. He just kept driving, and I was like, oh, I don't have to pay any tolls. I'm just going to keep driving. I'm like, when they told me the story later, I'm like, yeah, you didn't have any tolls because you're not going towards New York anymore. You're not noticed that you're not going south anymore. So the way back that should have been like 4 hours ended up being, God, probably close to 8 hours. And poor mom, she's got back issues and neck issues, and he's driving this car. It's pretty new. It's a 2015 or 2016 Honda Fit, and Honda's a good, reliable car too, but it's an economy car, which means the suspension it gets the job done, but it ain't soft. That car shakes you around pretty good. It's not as bad as, say, an old Honda maybe, but still, you feel every bump. And that's not good for somebody who has a bad neck, bad back. But this time he's going to have the GPS that worked for Allentown, except for the fact that he kept driving down the wrong way road somehow. But it should keep him from doing something as bad as that. I mean, what if he got on that highway going the other way, west instead of east? If he didn't run into the ocean, would he have kept driving until he got to California and said, oh, maybe I went the wrong way? I don't know. I can talk like this right now because he's at work, you see. I don't have to worry about him hearing me. That's empty. What is going on with this traffic? Okay. I was willing to wait, but they aren't moving. paying attention to well, you see. Go. All I gotta do is go left, goes that way a little bit, and then turn left. Ah, I see. Somebody's stuck. Maybe we can assist. Aha. I see the problem. We're gonna fix this problem. No, don't you keep moving up, stupid. Low gear. You know, as fun as this is not going to fix anything. Because they're still in collision mode, and when they're in collision mode, they don't freaking move. Oh, did that do something? That guy's backing up. Well, maybe I did help. Hold on. Well, it's just when they have an issue like this, where this guy cut the turn too short, this guy ran into him. I understand that accidents happen, but they don't know how to deal with it afterwards. We're getting there. Let me just shove him over a little bit more. There we go. Are other people gonna move now? I fixed it. Look how long I fixed it for. Just until a bus ran into another truck. Okay. We're just gonna drive through the woods. Woods, but... Oh, can't. Let's see. There's a freaking tree and a hill and an invisible wall. Let's see. Oh, a big storm? What now? Honk. I can do that. Oh, there's a rock. I see. This reminds me of another story. $35 on what? Oh, you bought something and then it went free? Oh, I hate that. That happened to me once, but I don't remember what game it was now, but I've bought something that went free shortly after. Oh, in-game currency. Oh, well. Yeah. Get some use out of it, at least. What game? Ah. Yeah, they really like to put in shortcuts that you can buy, basically. Oh, that's going north. How heavy is that? I don't think I'm super powerful. I think I can do 89,000 pounds. It's a pretty good price, I think. Let me just check. Serious. Wow. That's kind of north. It's a little bit different direction, but it is two towns that I don't have discovered yet. If you look at the map, make sure that I can cut back. Yeah, I can come back over from there. You know what? It's New Road. I'm gonna take it. Just to be able to drive on New Road. And it expires in 2 hours. Well, I'm almost back in my lap. We're gonna have to speed.
You sent me from the future to save you. Let's go. Keep right.
only big purchase I've made on gaming recently, and I don't regret it because the nostalgia hit is really nice. Is World of Warcraft. I bought WoW time. And maybe I probably should have bought like just 2 months. I bought 3 months. I saved like maybe $3 for buying 3 months at a time. I think it was the right decision. I am playing it a lot. I do miss the WoW grind. I mean, thinking with Classic though is you don't get a mount until level 40, and it's a lot more grindy. It's a lot harder to do things on your own in WoW Classic too. Like I have just some regular quests to kill a couple of named guys, and they're not even elite, and I can't do it on my own. I was tempted to stream WoW last night, not because I don't know, nobody really wants to see it, I guess, but I kind of get in the mindset, well, if I'm playing this game anyway, I might as well stream it, but it's kind of pointless, I guess.
Continue straight. Police ahead. Speeding would be a big mistake.
Oh, there's a midsummer holiday going on in WoW, where you have to go around and light flames in different places, so me on my little level 17 or 18 character trying to run around through all these level 20 and 30 zones just so I can get all the way to this other zone that has a flame to light. Oh boy, it's rough, but it's kind of fun to do it, even though you're just running on foot for a long time.
Police ahead. Speeding would be a big mistake. Police ahead. Speeding would be a big mistake.
That's probably getting off lane, I guess. Well. I hope this doesn't expire.
Police ahead. Speeding.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Arnold. I have to speed. It was that far away. Oh, what? It's further south from Moab. It's not right in town.
Police ahead. Speeding would be a big mistake. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Sorry, I'm in a rush. Yeah, me too. I will say the price never actually went up. It's always been the same since launch. But of course, every expansion is like probably who knows how much. It used to be the expansions were like $35 now. I think an expansion is like 60, something like that. Depends on if you pre-order, if you want like a fancy pet to go along with it or something, which I never cared about, pets and mounts and stuff. But yeah.
You've arrived. Hasta la vista.
For a while, we thought they were going to change to a free-to-play system, but it never happened. Although, with World of Warcraft, one thing you can do... Oh, good, it's still there. One thing you can do if you
go to your destination first.
We have to find Sarah Connor, but we can go to our destination first. Okay, Arnold. But anyway, you can, if you make enough money with your characters in-game, if you make enough gold in-game, basically, you can actually, they added this a few years ago, you can actually buy game time tokens with your in-game gold. So you can actually, if you make enough in-game gold, you can play for free, basically. But it's a lot of gold you need. I checked it once. You know, because on normal modern WoW, you can play any of your characters up until level 20 for free. It's just they call it a starter account, but you can just keep playing until level 20. But it gave me the option, why not add game time? And I'm like, and it's like you can buy game time with your in-game gold. And I'm like, okay, how I have a few high level tunes, maybe I have enough gold. I checked how much gold it was. It's like 130 something thousand gold, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I've never had that much gold. But supposedly, see, part of the problem is I haven't played WoW in years before I picked it up this year. And apparently, though, after they added this thing called garrisons and the couple of expansions back,
Turn left.
it's almost like you have your own little town to you. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I did not fix it. Oh, wow. It's still going. Well. It's not just a split second this time. Oh, this isn't even just Twilight. This is broken map. Wow. Interesting. Huh. I don't know. I don't feel like sorting through the... I got rid of Mexico already. I took it off. Oh, the sky's still pink. Oh, you're right. It wasn't Mexico then. Because the sky's still pink now. The sky was fine for like a full in-game day. Now it's pink. And that was glitching out like crazy. Now we gotta take off something else. I'm trying to go into outside view and see what it looks like. That's interesting. It's just pink. The pink almost looks like it maybe should be there, but it shouldn't because it's 6:32 a.m. I would think that would be an afternoon thing. Anything. Hi there, Olivia. How you doing? The map just glitched out something fierce, and I took off Mexico, so I don't know what's going on. And the sky is wacky again. Oh, the 360 wheel. This is a driving force. It says GT on it, but I think it's just called a Logitech Driving Force Pro. Hold on a second. Somebody's messaging me. I think it's the same thing as a Driving Force GT, right? I'm not actually completely sure because I got it on eBay. Way better than a 360 wheel. Oh, okay, cool. Oh. Mom went grocery shopping. Okay. Alright, cool. I think it's a relatively old wheel. I got it on eBay, but it's working good still. I do want to someday. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot. We'll see. I might get a Logitech. Oh, what's the newer one called? G29. Because then I'd have 3 pedals and an 8 shifter. The 8 shifter's extra, but I think I priced it out as like... Oh, I don't remember. I said what it was. So somewhere between 300 and 400. Oh. Force feedback is a huge game changer. Now, if you're playing the older games, it's not as big of a deal. I mean, it does work, but you can get away with the smaller turning circle of something that's not force feedback. But especially ATS, ETS, it's a huge game changer. Oh. Oh, the G29 shifter isn't that great? The other option, but I think it was a lot more expensive, was the one that I was going to buy before I found this on eBay. T150, that's Thrustmaster. But then I would want the extra pedals so that I'd have 3 pedals and the shifter, and so the total ended up being a lot more expensive. T150 wheel is good, yeah. I've heard good things about it. Oh, okay. T300 has the pedals and the shifter. I might someday if I can figure out if I can afford it or not. If it does happen, it's not going to be until after... Oh, yeah. It is nice to have a shifter that's standalone. Yeah, that's the one thing that was making me hesitate. Is if I got the G29 and then I got the shifter for the G29, that's the only way you can use the shifter because it plugs into the wheel. But then there's the Thrustmaster shifter that has its own USB, so you can just plug it in and it's standalone. Feels better stands alone, yeah. If it happens, it'll be probably around Christmas time if I get that set up, because then I would know how bad the tax bills were, because I have some stimulus money, but I don't know if we're saving enough to pay off the taxes just yet, because they keep going up. You see the property and school taxes every year. I love New York State. I love the town that I live in. I love my neighbors, but holy crap, the taxes are insane. It just gets worse and worse.
Turn right.
I heard there was a converter, yeah. Extra $30 for the Thrustmaster. Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. If you're going to spend money on a converter for the G29 one, then just start off with the Thrustmaster one. That makes more sense. Yep. You still run your old G27. Just for the hell of it, I searched up G27, and since they don't make them anymore, they're like $1,000 or something. I was looking it up. I wish I had the money back when they were first getting ready to discontinue the G27, because they were actually selling them kind of cheaper anyway, just to get rid of their old stock, I guess. But I really didn't have the money then. Yeah, you got that whole cockpit with it built in and everything, yeah. That's a good point. At the chat. Also, the other thing, the other reason why I was gun shy of getting the G29 is it's probably going to be bigger than this, and this barely fits on the desk. And then I've got this thing on top for the keyboard, but that's not going to be good enough to cover up the G29, I would think. I think what I would probably have to do is add some wood this way to give the wheel more space.
Exit right. I insist.
Oh, good.
Exit right. I insist.
That's not exit right, that's a way station. Oh, there it goes. And the game crashed. Hi, Geisha. Okay. Is it G29 same size? Well, it's got the measurement on Amazon, but yeah, it's just I would probably have to here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'd probably have to add some wood to the front of the desk just to stick the wheel out forward towards me a bit more. A 1x6, yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then I was even thinking if I got the shifter, I could have the H shifter, and then I could still use this for like high-low, like to switch between 1 through 6 and then 7 through 12. But then where's the shifter gonna go? I don't know. I have so little space here. Alright, let's see why the game crashed. Hey, I made this out in the shop. It's a nice... It's like a rounded piece of wood. Of course, I don't know which one of these errors caused the crash. There was an error while inflating system. Something base. See, that's a little scary to me. That's not when it crashed, though. 322.3. Build bot slaves win slave final build. Windows bin Steam build. Good lord. Model template CPP. Maybe it's the other construction sign mod. It's gonna be the next thing I take on. Failed to load model descriptor PMD or model AI bus. Oh no, and a bus too. I gotta run down and bring in groceries right now. But this thing here is an old wheel where the pedals and stuff didn't work, so I took the wheel off of the base. It's just like the front of the wheel now. You can't. There. It's just the front of the wheel. And the wiring for the shift up-down was the wires for the old shift paddles on the wheel. Oh, I set that up a while ago. Anywho, I will be right back. I think I'm going to take out that construction sign thing next. I don't know if I want you guys looking at my desktop. Stop it. Nope, it's just up, down. Okay. I will be right back. Sorry. Let's see if did I mute myself. No. I was thinking of making a shifter with wood. There's this thing called a, I think it's called a DIY keyboard, which is just like a little circuit board with a whole bunch of pins. And so one pin is probably your common, and then all the other pins would be the different keys on the keyboard. And then you could make a shifter out of wood, and then put a contact for each gear. The only problem with that, though, is then you're emulating keys on the keyboard. But I think that would be okay. Yeah. This thing here, all I did is, first off, I took two of the springs out of my old pedals that didn't work anyway. And I've got a metal rod sticking in, a threaded rod from this side, and another one from the back side. And I got the springs in the middle. Then this is on top, so I've got the common wired to the shifter in the middle. And then just, one of the buttons on this side and one of the buttons on that side. Sometimes it doesn't work quite as good, especially downshift. I think the wire contact just isn't that great. But it works. It doesn't look that great, but it works. Acting with some file editing, yeah. Yeah. Or the other option would be you just get like a cheap Logitech joystick for like, I think I saw one for like $25-30 or something. You just map that. Right. Joystick would be neat too, because if I ever play Farming Simulator, it would be good for that. I never really play Farming Simulator. Okay, I'm just going to go into the mod manager here. If it doesn't crash. Oh yeah, the ads are. Wonder if I ever get anything out of the ads. I don't think I really do. But I'm gonna take out this high quality construction crops. I don't think that's the problem because that mod is relatively new, and it's on the workshop, so. I don't know, I'm going to take it off anyway. So there's also modified barriers. Oh, Olivia, thank you very much for the sub. Awesome. Hey, and the alert works. Good. Did it pop up on screen, though? I don't know if it popped up on screen actually, but it worked. Yay. Thank you very much. You have to link up, click the sub button, but first you have to make sure your Amazon Prime is linked up with Twitch, so that you have a Twitch Prime account, I think. It's been so many years since I did that, I think that's how it works. June 5th. Oh, this supposedly works in 141 without anything. This isn't the problem. The thing I can think of is it's going to be ProMod's candidate. I'm surprised if that has a problem. I'm going to leave that on. Just take the signs off, which I did already. Oh, there's also realistic roads. That wouldn't mess with the sky. It could be the other issue, though. I'm gonna leave that on for now and see what happens. That's just a texture replacement that really shouldn't cause any problems. Okay. You found more rust on the rear bumper, beat me out. Rust is a thing. You live in salt country just like me. Not quite as bad as where I live, probably, but still, once that salt and dirt gets caught somewhere, that's when rust happens. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stream for a little bit longer, but I'm gonna stop relatively soon. Like, I don't even think I'll make it with this load, because I just brought the groceries in and I might eat something. But also, my neighbors are out and about. It's like 85 degrees out there, and I think he's finally trying to run his central air unit. And I might have to go there and help him work on it. He hasn't called me or anything, but I'm kind of curious what's going on with it. It's got central air, but it doesn't work as good as it used to. And he actually has to add Freon to it. I think every other year he's got this big... Because he knew somebody who knows somebody who got him this big bottle of Freon, which normally would cost a fortune. But they just gave it to him. He's got like the gauges and stuff, so he knows exactly how much to add. He doesn't have to add much,
Keep right.
but he has to add just a little bit now and then.
Exit right. I insist.
Exit right, but this is the way station. Oh. I'll find out. I could have gone that way. Yeah, doesn't matter. I can go through this way. Let's see if it crashes again.
Police ahead. Speeding would be a big mistake.
He's got the big gauges. I can't really explain it, but he knows what he's doing with it, because he used to work on air conditioners back in the day. So
Turn left.
I think that's how he got the connections to get the Freon. Straight. But that's not really... That's only a small part of the problem, actually. Because he adds a little bit of Freon, but I don't think it really ever needs that much. Like, he's got, like, the smallest, ittiest bittiest bit of a leak, maybe. It is a central air unit that was put in, like, 94. But I think the main problem is there's not enough air blowing out of the vents in the house. And he's mentioned before that there was like a big bang up in the attic years and years ago, and he thinks that maybe like there's this big like air box that's attached to the unit that's up in the attic, the part that's in the attic that blows the air, and it was like hanging by a piece of baling wire or something, and he thinks that maybe how it was hanging shifted or something, and there's the connection between the air box and the fan opened up, and some of the cold air is probably blowing into the attic instead of out the vents. That's been his theory for like I don't know how many years, but then he always sits and waits to start up the central air until it gets really, really hot. Like now, he tries to put it off and put it off and put it off, and he's afraid he doesn't know if it's gonna work or not. So it's like head in the sand approach. You know, if I don't turn it on, I won't know if it works or not, so therefore I can just pretend that it works. But anyway, my point is, eventually he finally turns the thing on, and guess what? It works. It works. it doesn't work as good as it used to. Like it has to run a lot more. Part of that is also the heat load and the sun load. But it does work. So it's really hard to tell like if there is a problem. UV dies, yeah. He literally only has to add Freon like a little bit. I think it's every other year. I don't even think it's every year he has to add it. Like once every other year, so that's something you probably just live with. He thinks it might be leaking very slowly right where you hook up the gauges outside. I don't know. But I don't know. It just is what it is. Yeah. Could be. Could very well be, yeah. But I think the main problem is it's just not blowing as much air into the rooms as it used to. I have a feeling something happened up in the attic. It always drains the water out really good, so they know there's not a problem with that. Like years ago, there was a problem. Like the little pipe for the drainage water to go out, you know, there's a big long pipe outside where it drains outside. It got clogged up in the attic. But they know when that's a problem because then the water freaking leaks through the ceiling, so that's not a problem. Yeah, it's yeah. The pipe that's supposed to be cold that runs the Freon up to the top, that's cold. So it's more of an air problem than the coldness or Freon problem. Yep, and so I offered to go up in the attic. Now, he's in his 70s, he can't go up there. I offered to go up in the attic, and he's like, "Oh, you don't want to go up in that attic, it's a mess." And his house has like a big addition on it, so like the attic floor, part of the attic floor is actually the roof from the old house that's still there. And then the other parts of the attic floor, there is no floor, so you have to walk around just on the joists. So he's worried about me walking around up there. And I'm like, why don't... And then he doesn't want to get an HVAC guy because they're just going to tell him, oh, this unit's 20 years old, you got to replace the whole thing, which really doesn't. The thing works.
Speeding would be a big mistake.
Or the other excuse for not having an HVAC guy is he waits too long until it's really hot, and then he's like, I know it's like 100 degrees in that attic, I'm not going to let somebody go up there and mess around in the attic now. And I'm like, no. Can we check it out when it's cool? No. Okay. So he just truddles on through the summer and keeps pushing it back and thinking, oh, maybe it won't be that hot this year. And then eventually he just turns the stupid thing on and it works. You know, or at least it's a lot better than not turning it on. It's just not, I think it works, it's just not working nearly as efficiently as it used to work. Like, it cools them off enough, yeah. I try. Yeah, really. He buys high-end stuff, he's got money, so it's a good unit. Bonehead with Bonehead, yeah. Doesn't help that every day at like 4 or so he starts having his cocktails. So he gets different ideas as the day goes on. He doesn't get that drunk though. He only drinks a couple of cocktails, and he puts a ton of ice in it to water it down. But you know, whatever. He's got to. Yeah, the way I do things with him is I just offer to do stuff. I'm stupid like that. I could like try to like fix things and try to charge money for it. I don't ever. I just say, oh, whatever. Let me do this. Oh, you need your sidewalk needs to be shoveled. I'll just do it. Oh, you know. And then he ends up just giving me money eventually. He's like, I remember you did this and this. Here, take this. And I'm like, okay. Last year he bought me a new pair of overalls and a new pair of boots because my boots, they weren't leaking or anything, but the soles were so worn out that I slipped. and probably fell on my tailbone, which is annoying.
Turn left.
And there wasn't even ice in the driveway or anything. There was just like a very faint, slim coating of snow in the driveway. That was enough for me to slip because the grip was all gone on the bottoms. I didn't realize it. But those boots, I still have them, I guess, in case I need a backup pair. But those boots are from when I was working at the railroad in 2006. That's how old those freaking boots are. And they're still pretty good. $35 boots from freaking Walmart. You would expect them to be pretty crap, but also I gotta say, after the railroad job dried up, well, maybe a couple years after that, I wasn't very active anymore, so I didn't really put much mileage on the boots, but still, they're good boots.
Please ahead. Speeding will be a big mistake.
Yeah. Well, you, Lucy, you're a pretty good mechanic, though. That's different. I do like little stuff. Like there's some things I always tell everybody, yeah, there's a few things I can fix, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know how to fix. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I have a couple of old watches. They're not running. I mean, I could probably take them somewhere to get them fixed or whatever. Maybe they even just, one of them might just need a battery, but I just never wear a watch. So even when I was working, when I was working at the railroad, I did have a pocket watch sometimes that I would actually put in the pocket of the overalls. Sometimes I didn't stick with that for too long because it was just kind of an extra thing to carry around. Can I show a picture of them? Maybe I'll take a picture of them someday. They're just in the drawer behind me. Shoes, really? Yeah. Well, sandals are what I wear around the house and stuff, which is most of what I do. So if they do wear out, I'll replace them like every other year or so. Or, when the sole rips off the sandal, then I'm like, okay, now it's time. When your sandal can start talking back at you, then it's not good anymore. I've even, one of my sandals, the sole was starting to split off. I just put a little screw down from the top into the sole to hold it back together.
Then turn left.
I picked just the right spot to put the screw so it'd be between my big toe and the next toe over so I wouldn't feel it. It worked for a little while, but then it started falling apart. Right, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, here we go. Well, I didn't fix it yet. Damn. Oh, wait a minute. That went away when that car went away. It's not a map thing. It's a car mod. It's an AI traffic mod. Wow, usually Jazzy Cat is always perfect, but that was definitely a car. Maybe one of them's out of date? Okay, I finally figured it out. It's gotta be some kind of AI traffic thing. Oh, well that feels good just knowing that it's not a map. I can add the map back in then, I guess. The signs, it's not the signs either. I noticed that time when it was all glitchy, it moved right to left, and then I looked to the left and there goes some kind of AI vehicle. So it's either one of the AI traffic mods, which I have a hard time believing it's that, because those Jazzy Cat mods they always work. Or it could be some other truck or trailer that goes in the traffic. That's going to be a fun one to try to run down and figure out what the problem is. Yeah, Jazzy is pretty precise, yeah. Oh yeah, your toe shoes. That's something with the toe shoes. Whenever somebody says, "Oh my god, I could never wear that," you probably just reply right back with, "Don't knock it till you try it." Because yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd want to do the toe shoes. I think I would want more support than that. The problem isn't the toes I'd be worried about. I was worried about having enough support like at my ankles and stuff, but I'd be willing to try it. Right, and then it's like you almost feel like you're wearing just socks, but you're actually wearing shoes. That's neat. Right. Actually, I'm able to find curve, trajectory, DDS, malformed DDS model, skybox, nice O2, nice O2. Okay, so there's a deformed thing. Oh, there's the error while inflating. Well, that happened and the game didn't crash, so that wasn't what caused it to crash before. Deformed DDS file, skybox. It's messing with the skybox, though. While inflating. Unknown variant name default on model props road stencil yield. That's a signage thing. Spawn not found. Okay, that's all the way back in the beginning. It's whining because I don't have. There's two different things going on. There's that crazy glitchy stuff that I'm pretty sure has something to do with
turn left.
Something happening in the traffic. I don't know. I doubt it's a Jazzy Cat mod, so that would be some other modded truck or trailer that's in the traffic. And then there's the crash, which I don't know if that was related to that. And then there's the pink sky, which I'm not seeing right now. Oh, this is wacky. Look at this little, like, U-turn.
Turn left. Then turn left. Turn left.
Oh, no. That always happens, too, with mods. You get a mod that works really good and it's amazing for a while, and then they just kind of stop fixing it. I mean, part of the problem is just the way the game is, because it just they fiddle with everything every update.
Baby.
A lot of stuff I think they fiddle with that they really don't need to fiddle with, and then it breaks stuff, which is really annoying. Like first, yeah, I bet. Where's the train? That was weird. It's spun it around too tight. I'm so lazy with this camera view instead of using mirrors. Loader Saints. Yeah. Well, maybe if somebody else picks it up, that's good. It's the ones that get abandoned that really drive you nuts. Alright, well, I would go longer, but I think I want to go out next door and figure out what's going on. So, I'm gonna stop streaming now. And, we got some driving done between the crashes, and maybe even off stream I'll fiddle around with this more and see if I can figure out what's crashing. I don't know if I'm gonna figure out what's the problem with the glitchy truck or whatever vehicle went by. Good. Yeah, mods, yep. I love mods, but at the same time they break, and there's no real good indication of why they broke, and all that stuff. Yeah, it was good seeing you. And thank you very much for the sub again. Oh good, you still got one of the first slots. I'm glad you got that. Or you subbed before too, right? Yeah, I think they're doing okay. They didn't call me or anything, so... They're probably just sitting outside yelling at each other. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Later.